Hey everybody, this is David at Barnyard Bees. We've been gone for a week and come back and everything looking really good. I made sure everything was topped off and fed before we left. Everything's looking good. The bees looks like they're really increasing good. A lot of flight. Everything looks really good, but that's not the topic of today's video. Today's video is talking about bee suits and what people need to do as far as bee suits goes. Now everybody knows that when they see me in the videos, usually I never have a bee suit, and the only thing I ever wear, this is a Barnyard Bee suit right here, is the veil, just to protect my eyes from swelling up, and that's about it. But I usually, even if I get popped in the eyes now, I don't even swell. But to me, it helps me focus more when I'm working the bees, because if I have a bee buzzing my head and my eyes, it's hard for me to focus on what I'm doing. So that's the biggest reason I use that. Now, this is kind of a touchy subject for a lot of people. Now, I would never ever discourage anyone from ever wearing a bee suit. I think that's flat out wrong. You know, a lot of people, some people will do that and discourage people from wearing it, and I just think that's flat out wrong. Look, you do what you think's comfortable. And a lot of people watch my videos and they just don't understand. They see me handling the bees, they see me pick them up in wads, and you got to understand, I've done this so long, it just comes so natural to me, and it's no big deal to me. And like I said, when you work this many hives that we have here, you're going to take a lot of stings. And in a week's time, you get stung every single day. It's just unavoidable. You're going to bump up against them. Now, as far as the bees attacking, it's not that common with our bees, because our bees are really gentle. And I'm not promoting that, but I'm just trying to explain why I handle bees the way I do. And sometimes it does involve scooping them up and picking them up, and it's no big deal to me. And sometimes I take stings and sometimes I don't, just like that right there. That's nothing to me. And not showing off, or I just look, I'm not trying to boast a video of showing off bees. That's not what I'm doing this for. It's to show when you work bees so long, you will build up a confidence about yourself and about the bees. You'll learn how to read your bees. You'll know how they're from day to day, from hive to hive. When you go through your hive, you'll sense. You'll just know. You can look at them and tell the reaction. And it's no big deal to, a lot of times when I need to pick up bees, a lot of times I'll scoop them up just like this. Sometimes I take a few stings. But you got to understand, I've been doing this for so many years. I'm used to it. And a lot of times on the frames, they'll be stuck on the bottom of the frames, and I'll scoop them back down in the hive. I'll just simply scrape them down in the hive, and it's no big deal. So I don't want people I want you to kind of understand the message that I'm putting out today. I'm not boasting whatsoever. I just want people to understand why I handle bees the way I do, and why I'm comfortable not wearing a bee suit. For one thing, I don't swell. Now, I just talk about my face swelling. If you get popped in the eye, you probably swell up a little bit, or I will, but probably not much at all. So that's the only reason I do wear the veil. And like I said, it breaks my focus and concentration when a bee's buzzing around my head, thinking that maybe it's going to pop me in the eye while I'm trying to work them. So it kind of helps me focus better. But look, if you're starting a bee yard, don't let anyone discourage you. You wear what you think you need to, whether it's a full bee suit, whether it's nothing, or even without a veil. But just make sure that you're not allergic to the bee stings before you start doing stuff like that. And a lot of people just don't understand that, like I've said in videos before, not all bees are created equal. And I'll say that until I quit beekeeping, because it's the flat out truth. Bees, it just depends on the genetics. And I've been in arguments with people about big hives versus little hives, that the little hives are naturally friendly and the big hives aren't. Well, just right up there, I have double 10 frames up there, and I go through them the same way. They're no different. It's all in the genetics. Don't let people convince you that just because their hive is big is the reason it's mean. It's not the case. I go through these bees all the time, and I know what's mean and what's not mean. I have got mean bees. I've got them before, and it's not very often, but I cut some out of Chattanooga. It was a cutout, and those things were the devil. They were just absolutely mean, and I didn't keep them. I got rid of them. And sometimes, every once in a great while, you'll get some swarms, not from this yard, but from calls, and every once in a while they'll be aggressive, but it's not common. But that's the kind of focus of my video today, is just to get people to understand it's not. We did one video and it's went viral. It's up to 1.7 million views, and I'll put it down in the description in case some of you new beekeepers haven't seen it yet. This video went crazy, and the people's comments, most of them are hilarious, and I enjoy reading them. Most of them are positive, but every once in a while people say you're a fool for handling bees like this. That it's to me, it's no different than walking up to your cat or your dog. Absolutely no difference. They don't bother me at all. And you know, most bees, if they was mean, aggressive bees, you do this in front of their hive. Ask people around the country, anywhere, doing this in front of their hives, how many bees will jump out and attack you and sting you. It has nothing to do with the size of the colony. At least 1 or 2 or 3 should have jumped out there on my hand by now and stung me, just by doing that. I'm right in there where they guard. This is their guard entrance right here, and they're ignoring me. They're not attacking me. They should be all over me, but they're not. Not one sting. So when people try to tell you that it's the size of the hive, it's just not the case. The bees are gentle, they're nice, they're friendly. I get away with a lot with them. I'm very fortunate to be able to work with bees like this. I know people will cringe. Some people are just, but if you ever become a beekeeper, over a period of time, your confidence will build with them. I can assure you it'll build with them. And it's not like anything to me. Those bees, not one sting right there, not one sting. A lot of people ask me in that video how many stings I got. When I made that video, I don't recall getting any. I'm not saying I didn't, but I don't remember getting any. And just like this right here, I just scooped those bees up, and I can assure you not one of them stung me, not one of them. Now, I have scooped them up sometimes, and sometimes they will nail you, but it's rare. We're very fortunate with our bees, very fortunate. But that's about it for today. I wanted to talk about bee suits and what you need to do as a beekeeper. Look, you do what you feel comfortable. Don't let anyone try to convince you that you do need a bee suit or you do not need a bee suit. You do what's best for you, but just make sure that you're safe and make sure you're not anaphylactic reaction is, you don't have a bad reaction to these stings. That's about it. I just want to put a little message out there. I want to explain, because I had so many comments, so many questions, and 90% of the questions was how many times you get stung, or how come these bees aren't killing you. It's hilarious going down through. If you get a chance to go down and read some of those comments, some of them are pretty hilarious, but I'll put the link in the description. You can go check that video out for yourself. But that's about it for today. It's time to clean up the bee yard and mow and feed the bees, and get back to work. That's about it for today. Don't forget, we have queens. We'll have them all the way through the fall. Call our store, 706-971-2700, or better yet, go to our website, order them directly from the website. You don't even have to call the store. Sometimes it's hard to get through there because we've got so many calls coming in. So go directly to the website. It's a lot easier to get them like that. So don't forget to click on the little bell. You'll be notified of our new and upcoming videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching Barnyard Bees.